Calling friends there and here. I just want to say that this is nonsense. It's nonsense. I was at a store today, and the lady in there counting how many people go into the store. 10 people only in this small store. Telling her co-worker, ringing people out, she sure hopes the CDC shuts this down. Shuts it all down, shuts all the stores. And the cashier said, well, I need to make money. And the other lady said, well, there's no point. Doesn't do any good to make money when you're dead. Yeah. I stopped to get gas, went into the gas station briefly, used the restroom. And there's no toilet paper in there, of course. I didn't think about that before. I don't usually use the gas station restroom. And everybody's just so afraid to be around everybody else. Not everybody, of course, some people aren't. But more and more. And then, of course, we're being told we're going to see 100,000 dead, 200,000 dead, 240,000 dead. Bull. I mean, it's bull that this supposed virus is going to kill us all. That's bull. I'm 100% convinced that what we're being told about this is nonsense. And not where people believe, well, you're getting infected twice and it's way worse than they say and all of that. That's part of the bull. Part of the baloney. I'm talking about all the way back to the idea that viruses are not what they tell us they are. That they're not being transmitted person to person and we all got to be terrified of each other. This is ridiculous. Everybody's got somebody they pay attention to, I suppose, whether you're watching, something on the television, which is stupid, frankly. It's just stupid. You're going to watch CNN, you're going to watch Fox News, it's ridiculous. And there's people I pay attention to in the alternative media who are doing really good things. I'll share some links. A guy some of you maybe have seen walking around in New York City, actually asking people in the hospitals whether or not they're running out of ventilators. Hearing from hospital officials that that's not true, even though there's been articles written about it. Walking around to see, going to a hospital where they're saying it's like an apocalypse over there and saying that there's almost no activity. Talking about how Mayor de Blasio up there in New York City is saying they're going to need another 240 or 50 ambulances. And he's walking around almost daily and nightly showing that there are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of ambulances just sitting idly doing nothing. Now, he's doing great work, showing you what's actually going on in his city. That's the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. Now, he thinks Trump's hand has been forced and, Donald Trump didn't want to do this. And, that's just as stupid as... That's... If you're still believing that there's any political heroes, any at all, I mean, that's just the epitome of foolishness. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I watch him anyway because he's doing good work, And there's other people that I pay attention to. They bring forth really good information. They're doing a ton of research into the information they're bringing out, and you don't have to agree about everything they say. Or I just think like there's this throwing the baby out with the bathwater kind of idea. Well, this person thinks this way about this subject, then I'm not going to listen to anything they have to say. There are people doing really good work, finding really good information to share. Now, one of those people is the Fullerton Informer, Joe Imbriano. And I got to tell you that I agree with Joe and Briano that the worst thing you can do, besides, of course, here I'm driving by our local playground that's closed, because God forbid you let the kids play on a playground, slide down a slide, and swing on swings. Keeping us safe, locking up our playgrounds that we're paying property taxes to have open. Keeping us safe. Just like keeping us safe by spraying bacteria and hormones to kill mosquitoes. I don't know if it's his last video, but Joe and Briano put up a really good video recently, yesterday, maybe the day before, talking about how it's going to kill you, besides the fact that we live in a toxic environment and you got to stop volunteering to put that crap in your body, and besides the fact that we are choosing to surround ourselves with wireless technology that harms us now, and that in the future, to say it'll harm us is a gross understatement. I agree with Joe that the worst thing you can do is go to the hospital. I mean, it's the worst thing you can do. They're saying that they're running out of respirators. I mean, that's the official word. That they're running out of respirators in lots of places. In New York, for example. And there's people showing you that that's pretty likely not the case. I mean, really, there's no evidence of that. And that assertion that they're running out of ventilators is being debunked. I mean, there are people saying the exact opposite who work in the hospitals, including, in some cases, hospital administrators, making public statements that that's not the case. Well, why do they want to do that? I'm sure they've got old equipment. And there is a lot of new equipment, and some of that new equipment out there, well, a lot of that new equipment is wireless ventilators that communicate with the hospital, their equipment, their monitoring equipment. Got that thing right on your face. And it's just something that, you know, I've already talked about. Lots of people have already been aware of it. It's terrible to go in the hospital. I mean, it's cold. They don't feed you. You don't get outside to see the sun. They stick IVs in your arms. They are pumping you full of glucose, pumping that crap right into your veins. And antibiotics, anti-life, that stuff's killing you. Destroying your mitochondria. But you go to the hospital now, they put a ventilator on you. That thing is wireless, communicating from your face all around the hospital. The danger of this technology is real. It's legitimate. Putting pharmaceuticals into your body, they don't even know what the hell they're doing. All these people who prescribe pharmaceuticals, they literally just don't even know what the hell they're doing to you. And now this test, this swab, things like this long, practically touches your brain. Have you seen how far back that thing's supposed to go in there? And then, you know, going to rush a vaccine to market. Vaccines, it's bad science. The whole way medicine has evolved, bad science. I mean, there is nobody on the earth that takes more pharmaceuticals per person, per capita, whatever way you want to look at it, than here in America. And I don't know what our rankings are, 32nd or something. We should be the healthiest people ever, and we're anything but. I just don't understand why people aren't seriously questioning the systems that are in place, why they're in place, their own lives, what they need to do differently. Pumping themselves full of not only GMO foods, but processed foods and dirty water and pharmaceuticals, over-the-counter and prescription. And Americans are chronically obese and chronically ill in so many other ways. Young people are getting dementia and Alzheimer's. People in their 40s. Kids, preteens, diabetic. I mean, come on. Come on. Something's drastically wrong. You know, you hear them talking on the news about how, oh gosh, all the drugs that people need to live are coming from China. Need drugs to live? No. Not so. Not so. So, people begging for tests. People begging for a vaccine. People wanting to go into the hospital. On every count, I want exactly the opposite. There's no COVID-19 viral disease killing people. That's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. We need to choose to be responsible for ourselves. How well do we take care of ourselves? What do we do with our time? What are we trying to learn and understand? We can be well, but wholesale changes are necessary right now, because I don't think we're ever going to get another chance. I think it's providential, honestly. Me thinking about a video I put up a little while ago about not hitting the snooze button. I think this is the last time the alarm bell is going to ring. I really do. And that doesn't mean some people won't wake up after that, but it's going to be a real rude awakening, a hard awakening, without much time to get ready for what's coming. This is it. Get ready right now. Think about changing your life drastically. Drastically. Anyway, just feel compelled to share what I think and feel about this, what I know to be true, and be a voice of reason and say again, I'm peaceful, we're peaceful. We're well and we're peaceful. And we're going to remain well and peaceful. Because we're going to choose to be well and peaceful. If you're afraid, you got a problem that you need to deal with. That's the number one problem you got to deal with, is that fear. And there's a lot of people out there trying to share information while we still have the opportunity to dispel those fears. You got to stop soaking in the propaganda. The technology that delivers the propaganda message and the message combined. Individually, they're dangerous all by themselves. Put those two things together, it's a deadly, deadly combination for body, mind, and spirit. And so, if you can't break free from it now, you never will. It's harder now than it would have been if you've done it sooner, but you can break the addictions. You can break the addictions that you have to cigarettes. You can break the addictions you have to the filthy food you eat. You can break your addictions to your entertainment on the black screens. You can. It won't be easy, but it's not as hard as you think if you're committed to it. If you commit to it, you'll do it. And then you can really see. And then you can really be well, and you can really think and understand, understand, overstand. Some of you know what I'm talking about our words and how twisted they are and what they mean, but that's all. Be well, friends. Shalom. Shalom. Peace. Peace. Well-being in every way. I pray that for you, but you're going to have to choose it. Until next time.